Welcome to UCC.
Yo, yo, yo.
It's your boy Antōn.
Got JJ here.
And we have a special guest.
A very special guest.
Ooh, I'm very special.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Annalicia.
Yo, yo. What up, fam? Today we're just gonna talk about anything under the sun. Mainly resembling to Annalicia and like asking her questions. A little bit of an interview, but maybe not like a full force one. So don't get, too nervous or anything.
Yeah.
We're just chilling. I mean, obviously this isn't your fucking place. Thanks for having us here. Thanks for having me here because it's both your guys' place.
Oh, yeah,
Happy to have you.
Thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
It has been, honestly.
Since your husband joined the crew and, became, one of the team members, he's been like, we need to have my wife on. Like, just because of your experience, not only in the industry, but also just around the plant itself. Like, you have experience with the plant. And, we'd love to get your insight and to share it to every one of our followers here on UCC.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, no problem.
So, if you want to give a little bit of an introduction of just like who you are and, how you got to know UCC, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So I am married to the ginger of the crew, Antōn. We have a cute meet cute story.
Meet cute, yes.
I was at a karaoke bar in Las Vegas and I was hanging out with some friends and they were like, hey, we're going to go catch this movie. And I was like,
So you're from Vegas as well?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We're both from Vegas, born and raised, essentially.
That's a rarity.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And we probably honestly hung out in the same crowds together, probably went to the same parties and stuff, but never knew each other.
Mm-hmm. Maybe saw each other in passing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. He would have caught my eye. I've got a big thing for gingers.
Especially that one guy.
Speaking of, he honestly walked into the bar and I was like, oh, that's my type. Hello. I kind of was doing the creeper thing where I just kept looking over at him and stuff.
Did everything else disappear and you only saw him and you heard bells?
It was kind of like the slow-mo. He was walking through the door. Honestly, though,
Stumbling through the door.
True story, I kind of thought he was gay whenever I first met him.
Yeah.
Because...
I get that, too.
So he walked in the door and he was on the phone. It was February 13th. I'm like, oh, he's for sure meeting someone here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this guy comes in and sits down next to him. I'm like, great. So I've got a crush on another gay guy. Awesome.
Yeah, you're like, no
Sounds
chances.
about right.
Damn it.
Exactly.
Oh, boy, were you wrong.
I was wrong. Thank God. Sorry, I'm still holding that.
You're good.
Oh, yeah, no, but he definitely caught my eye and my friends left in a hurry. And then he actually yelled over to me like, oi, did your friends just leave you? And I was like, yes, but no, but yes. And he's like, come sit with us and pulls a chair up, introduces me to his friend. Oh my gosh, what was his name? His name is
Socrates.
so fun. Socrates. I always thought that name was so fun.
Socrates.
That's funny.
Socrates.
For the record, not his boyfriend. He was very drunk, I noticed, and we exchanged numbers. He was really cute. He was like, hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow? And I was like, it's Valentine's Day. Don't you have plans?
Yeah.
He's like, no. Do you want to be my Valentine? I'm like, okay. Is this real life, first of all? You were the cute guy who just walked in the door. Is this happening?
My lap.
Well, so I texted him the next day and he actually remembered me. I was surprised by that, first of all.
Because he was pretty drunk?
He was very drunk. He was drinking AMFs.
I usually was always pretty drunk.
had a blue drink in front of him at all times.
As some of the UCC followers know, you were indeed a heavy drinker, and you don't drink anymore. Like, cannabis helps you a lot.
Oh yeah, cannabis helps me so much with that.
To steer away from that old addiction, because it's always going to be a constant battle, as other addicts know. Like, it's never. You win every day. It's not like you're done.
Yeah, you always just go a day at a time.
Exactly.
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you know what happens in the moment. And then also it does help. And when you're a recovering alcoholic, you're always a recovering alcoholic.
Right.
You don't ever recover.
Yeah, you're never done.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Right. Well, I just want to give you your flowers, just for like doing what you do and like having the strength you have, because the Antōn I know is a totally different person from the Antōn I didn't meet. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
very much so.
So I'm blessed to know this guy.
Oh, thank you.
And for you to be my Diablo brother, and just you inspire me with your strengths with your addiction. Like, it's hard for me to even believe you're an addict because you've been so strong with it. I've never seen you even shy away to where like you can go to the bar with us and I'm like, I want my friend to try this. Like, I want him to taste it. And he's like, I'll taste it. And you leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that you need to commend yourself for that. Cause that's, fucking takes some strength.
Thank you.
5 years sober as of last month.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 5 years now.
Congratulations.
For real.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never been one to try to like, not really say like boast about like year 2 went by and I was just like, oh cool, like year 2, and I'm like, oh yeah. But no, 5 years, that's holy crap. It's been a long time. It's been like literally 5 years, over at this point, that I've been
5 years
drunk.
and 31 days.
Yeah. Yeah, because we quit on
New Year's Eve.
Yeah. I think we were actually done drinking by midnight.
Yeah.
And to think like without cannabis, like I think you could have done it, but it would have been a hell of a lot harder.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? Like, just like cannabis has helped you tremendously, right?
Oh, so much. It does. It really does help. Like it's I don't know. It helps a lot. Like, it just takes, there are points in like time though where I'm like, wow, like 12 beers right now would be fantastic. And it's not that I like turn to cannabis to be like, oh, well, let me like, it doesn't
trade one out for the other.
Yeah, it doesn't curb that. Like, I could be high and still be like, damn, like my mouth's a little dry. 12 beers would be nice right now. But it's more just like,
sorry.
It's like, I'm here. I like where I'm at right now. I feel great. Everything's cool. I'm not in like complete pain, or my brain isn't moving so fast that I'm having a hard time just, being awake.
Right. Being here.
Mm-hmm. I can be more present.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I met him 6 years ago, so I knew him for an entire year. And
that was a big part of your guys' relationship, right?
It was.
Like, because you guys met at a bar.
Yeah, literally.
So like, this is what we do for fun. This is like, how we spend
Vegas.
how we spend time together. Yeah, Vegas, it's part of the culture. Like,
there's a bar on literally every single corner, if not 2 or 3.
Right.
Like,
right.
Every quarter mile, there's a bar every quarter mile.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we used to have a cooler in my trunk, and we would literally keep beers in it because his dad is also sober.
Yeah.
And we were living with his dad at the time, and we, wanted to be respectful of his dad. So
He was sober at the time.
yeah.
Yeah, he's been sober since 1986 or 7. He was sober for a long time at this point.
It's just a respect thing.
Yeah. So, he's never really liked being around people who are drinking. He doesn't like people who drink, to drink in his house.
Has he ever had a problem with drinking too, or he just didn't really go for it?
He was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just runs in the blood.
In the family, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a part of your genes too.
No,
Mine too.
Oh, yeah. It's like, that is what's crazy how that can be. It's like, it's got to be more of like an addictive personality type thing
Makes you feel good. Makes you a little bit nutty.
And it's also for, 1,000 years probably that your, ancestors were, that's what they did for fun.
Yeah.
The pastime was like drinking, like throughout the whole world, especially where our ancestors come from.
It's also
so it's literally ingrained in your DNA,
Yeah. It's also like they used to just drink beer because it was
cleaner than
the water.
Right.
Yeah.
So it lasted way longer.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy to even think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the alcohol content killing all the bacteria or whatever.
Mm-hmm. We're puffing on some Pez sours and this strain called Neon Trees.
Yeah, if you guys can hear, we're puffing through the Volcano Hybrid. We don't have the air on. It's just sucking through the hose.
The whip.
The whip.
Through the whip.
Yeah. I knew I was saying it. Like a hose?
Whatever you want to call it.
It's hose on hose.
Hose
man.
on hose. Whip on hose.
But yeah, I've been in the industry for 4 years. I started at a dispensary down south, or rather a pharmacy down south in Springville. And I loved it. I loved facing the patients and being able to give recommendations and education. And
What's your favorite part about working in the industry?
I love helping people. I love knowing that I'm helping people. And to be able to open people's eyes to this medicine is really neat, honestly. Like seeing, honestly, this ties in well, how well it's helped Antōn with his addiction and getting over it. Like, I mean, you guys, it was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Like,
Yeah.
he was a completely different person. I remember coming home and being like, fuck you, drunk Antōn. I know this isn't the love of my life right now talking. This is drunk Antōn.
Yeah.
We'll talk tomorrow. It was devastating.
Yeah.
Like, it absolutely broke my heart. But like, his family all came together and like realized that I was a good person and that I was going to help him. And that he was really messing up. So one night when it got really bad, I went over to his sister's house and just like hung out with his nieces. And like while his siblings were all calling him and stuff and being like, bro, enough's enough.
Yeah. Get it together.
Yeah.
The intervention kind of wake up call thing.
Yeah.
It really feels like it was. Like his sisters were like texting me and stuff. Like it just felt really cool to have such
Support.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You have people that care about you.
Very much so. And not like, I mean, how do you ignore that?
Right.
No, it's true.
Like, damn, that's a good guy right there. Like, you know that you should probably stick around for a bit and deal with the bullshit.
For a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say it's worth it. It was worth it.
For sure. I mean, I agree 100%.
I hope.
He's pretty groovy. He makes me laugh. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's why he's my best friend.
Exactly. All of a sudden, this is just like a brag about Antōn episode. How are you feeling?
I've just probably been blushing the whole time. Thanks, guys.
So, like, how long was it until you were like, I'm going to marry this dude?
I mean...
Because, I mean, he was drunk for a year. So, like, were you like, I'm going to marry this dude? Like,
it honestly, like, on our first out-of-state trip together...
Yeah.
Like, we honestly, like, knew. Like, this is the person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. Because, like, I have gone out of town with, like, boyfriends before, and it has never, ever, ever ended well. I mean, ever.
I don't want to, like, laugh too hard, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Laughing from experience.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's nothing like going out of state with a crappy out of state partner. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, if any flags, arise, they arise then.
1000%.
Yeah.
Always.
So the fact that they didn't, you were like, yeah, this guy's fucking cool.
Like,
he's got my back. He's here for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he loves me for who I am. And yeah, it's a cool feeling. I like it.
He said, whoop, whoop.
Oh, no, we've had a lot of fun.
I agree.
And there's so much more fun to have.
Oh, for sure.
To think about, it's only been 6 years. Like, you guys still have the rest of your fucking lives together.
That's like one of the cool parts. Like, I get, this sounds so fucking cheesy. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Gotta put it out there.
Yeah, do it. You're fine.
Every time I see like a new wrinkle on his face or something, I'm just like,
Giddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, get all giddy.
happy.
And you're like, ooh, I'm getting old with him. This is cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her face is still smooth.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm starting to get some wrinkles. Like, I've noticed a few creases, we'll say.
That's experiences, life experiences right there.
But like, people always say that I look like I'm late 20s, and I will so take that, you guys.
Just grab that and run with it as long as you can.
Yes.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the baby face, so I know exactly how you feel.
Exactly.
No wrinkles.
They'll come though, eventually.
Eventually,
will come.
you'll get there.
But yeah, no, it's kind of wild how fast it goes when you're having fun.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And like fucking from even 5 years from now, like we're gonna be different people. Like people just change so much throughout the years, and it's so cool to like grow together and become different people and experience each other in different phases of your life and be totally there for it and be like, yeah, I'm down for any version I get of this person.
You have to, I've learned, so I'm pregnant. I'm 7 months pregnant.
Very pregnant.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, got a lot of questions about that coming up.
For sure. I've realized like one of the biggest things is you need to live in the moment.
Yeah, that
You
is
need
huge.
to, even if it's a shitty moment,
Right.
you need to be like, okay, here I am. Like,
Right.
I'm present. This is what's happening. It's not forever.
I'd say that's the most important thing, like experiencing life. It's just be in the moment.
Is to actually experience it.
Yeah.
I know it
To be
sounds
like, oh
lame,
shit,
but
like this is where we are. We're together. We're having fun.
Yeah.
Like recording a podcast, and people are gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
You know, it's yeah.
Our little mark on history
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll be bloop, on the internet forever.
until the internet disappears.
Yeah. It's just,
The whole world crashes.
just somebody deletes it, just comes out and bloop.
That's why we gotta chisel the shit on stone in a cave.
Exactly. I'm saying, dog.
out here like, why did we say so many words in this episode?
And then I got like a picture of the video, and I'm just doing frame by frame. Like,
when aliens find it thousands of years later, and they were like, "This is what we were watching on TV, guys."
what if
Remember?
hieroglyphs was a movie? No.
Could have been. We could have done all of this before, man.
I mean,
Whoa.
right.
For the record, I am a huge conspiracy theorist. I think it's a
Yeah.
lot of, okay, I wouldn't say huge, but I think that they're a lot of fun to think about.
Oh yeah, there's some that are totally fun, and the most funs are like things that are actually believable.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a completely ridiculous ones, and then there's the ones that are like, well,
That's why I like. That's
When you
why.
put it that
That's
way.
why I like the SCP stories, because it's like they'll sometimes it seems like it's in a real world, and you're like, oh,
right.
that's kind of crazy. I hope those don't exist. Those
Yeah.
are scary. Like, ugh.
The old man is probably my least favorite SCP.
Oh yeah, he's so basically he can like phase through walls, but like when he takes you to his world,
Right.
and basically just tortures you into insanity, and then
That
kills
sounds
you. Absolutely
great.
terrifying.
The thing
You know,
of
I
nightmares.
honestly wouldn't even take that one. That's one that I wouldn't go through that one.
What if he was old Greg?
Old Greg.
I'm old Greg.
I'm old Greg.
You want to drink Bailey's from a shoe? You ever seen a mangina?
Oh, a mighty boo shout out. That's amazing.
But yeah, I forgot where I was going.
Great British Bake Off. Oh my God, I love that show.
You're pregnant. Speaking about baking. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got a cake in the oven there.
Bun in the oven.
Yeah.
How's that? How's that like? Like, you've definitely like, like using cannabis and being pregnant, you've definitely like slowed down or cut back. How does that affect you?
We were talking about getting pregnant for years. So I've had a lot of time to like kind of think about if I wanted to be a canna mom or not.
Yeah.
And I had the chance to do a lot of different research and look at what facts are out there.
And read what research has been done.
Exactly.
Because it's like a very small amount, but there is
extremely small.
a ton of maybe not like official research, but just word of mouth, like
nurses and
not
midwives
studies, but just people throughout the whole population saying, yeah, I do this, just case studies, where it's like, yeah, I've done this and nothing bad has ever happened. So where like, yeah, we do need to do research on the minute details, like the finer things.
Right.
But like, I think most people believe that, your baby's going to come out beautiful, happy, and healthy, no matter how much cannabis you're using.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know when you first realized that you were being pregnant, you were like, yeah, I'm going to be cutting back a lot. Even though there wasn't, because there wasn't a lot of research, you were like, I'm not totally against using it while being pregnant.
Right.
But we're just not sure, so I'm not gonna like smoke the same way as I would.
Well, your body's
just
chemistry.
Be conscious, right? Being conscious about it.
Right.
I remember when we first talked about it actually, and I was against it.
Right.
Just because there's just so much of the unknown.
Because you just don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
It was more like being scared as opposed to actually being like.
Well, it was just kind of like, not to, bring it up, but COVID, when it first came out, we didn't know.
No,
so everybody's going to get vaccinated because we just don't know.
Right.
And people didn't because, they had their beliefs, but it's like, I didn't want to take that bet.
No, I feel
what I mean? Now knowing, it's like, I probably wouldn't have taken it, but I'm glad that I did at that time.
Right.
Because we didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just like, I don't even think it's as risky as that. Like,
No.
Say it here, there's controversy or not, cannabis is healthier than the fucking COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah. Yep.
That should be that's the highlight. We're clipping that. You're gonna get 1 million views from that.
I've just noticed my body honestly doesn't need as much as it did before.
Right.
Like I also have like major depression and I feel being properly medicated on the right medication that's been working for me for a while now, thank God. In combination with cannabis, it's a beautiful mixture for me.
Yeah, that's what does it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why would you fix something that's not broken?
Right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
I mean, like, you have no idea how many Pure Plant Creative cartridges I've personally purchased because I'm such a fan of that product.
Well, it'd be better for you to be medicated rather than not be medicated and, causing stress to the baby.
Exactly.
Or,
that's my biggest
the
thing.
other repercussions of not being medicated and dealing with that, like even just dealing it with for yourself, like you just don't want to go through that. But yeah, like just talking about this and putting it out there is really powerful and strong. And I commend you for that. Like, thank you for just having this conversation about, pregnancy and cannabis. Like we had Drew on before. She was our first female guest. And she talked about using cannabis pregnant. She used it throughout her whole pregnancy. It helped a lot with nausea,
Yeah.
Being able to actually eat, because I actually struggle with my appetite sometimes.
Yeah, that was a huge thing, she said.
Being able to feed my baby.
Yeah. You gotta be able to feed the grown boy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a woman. Shout out to the fucking woman. Shout out to you for holding my little uncle, my uncle, my Diablo nephew.
Diablo nephew.
He's my uncle.
Yeah.
I'm the Diablo uncle.
What's crazy though is like, so Jackson, we have a niece that she's older than him by a year, just how it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's how happens when you're.
So my mom's stepbrother is only 4 years older than me. So he's been like my cousin my whole life. Mm-hmm. That's Mac. You know, I told you about Mac a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But like, he's my Uncle Mac. Never would I ever call him my Uncle Mac, even though technically he's my uncle because it's my mom's stepbrother. Like
I didn't know he was only 4 years older than you.
Yeah. He's only 4 years older.
Like when you say like, because you have said Uncle Mac before. That threw me for a loop. I thought he was like 15 years older than you.
Yeah, dude. He's like close to my age.
Ah. Well, shit, now everything makes sense.
Right?
All the stories, everything makes
stories.
sense.
It'll click.
I thought he was just
But still, even if he was that old,
I thought he
it
was
would
just
be the same.
Exactly, he would be a cool old dude. Like, that's all it would have been.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, he was more like a cousin than anything, you know?
I feel you.
That's funny.
Right.
See, I feel like that's how Antōn's family. Okay, so like I come from a family of maybe like there's me, my mom, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's immediate.
Small.
Yeah, and then like there's my mom's like sister, and then her two girls. So yeah, we've got like a small family, right?
Right.
The first Thanksgiving I come out to with Antōn in Utah, there was like
His culture shock
50.
almost. You're like, what the?
Like 50 people there.
To be exact, I believe it was 47 people were there at the first Thanksgiving.
You have no idea how often I was just outside trying to breathe and like hit my like pen.
I was like,
I'm like, oh my God, I'm so anxious.
So many of them.
There's so many people.
of you. I was like, there's 6 of us.
Oh my gosh, it was so nerve-wracking. And since then, I don't know Thanksgiving has ever been that big since.
Nah.
Yeah, we used to have big Thanksgivings when I was younger.
A lot of people have moved away though and stuff. That, like,
Yeah, everybody is kind of split up.
Yeah, like we're not too bad. No, I think we're at like 20-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to like actually make jokes and stuff now, though. Like I actually feel comfortable around his family finally. So
That's great.
yeah.
That always is awesome.
They love
You
you.
Helps
could be
a lot.
yourself.
Exactly.
They probably like you more than they like me.
Sometimes.
Probably, yeah.
Especially now that I'm pregnant,
Oh yeah,
especially with a boy, I think.
all the love, and yeah, Andy's a boy.
There's a lot of girls, so they're excited for a boy.
It's that COVID vaccine.
Get a COVID vaccine, have a boy.
Yep,
That's Antōn's theory.
that's my theory. Just like it seems is like most people who got it are having boys now.
It just made him.
See, that's my conspiracy theory. Think about that one, eh?
It just activated it. Activated the. Because it's just the Y chromosome.
No, it's because after we were done, I held her legs up for like 25 minutes.
That's the trick. I
That's
found that
how
on
you do
Reddit,
it.
dude.
Yeah. No,
Found the
actually,
recipe on allrecipes.com.
the real way of how you have a boy is if she comes.
And then you go right leg counterclockwise, left leg clockwise.
Yeah, but you have to like
Cross them.
cross them.
Yeah, like
they
an
can't
infinity.
be- yeah, they have. Yeah, figure 8.
There you go.
Yeah, it's intricate, but we did it, and that's how you do it. It's not
Sure.
proven either, but you can try it. And let me know if it works.
I'm going to have to try that one.
We got a 50-50 shot.
Cannot be proved or disproven.
Exactly. It's basically like flipping a coin. That's just a way intricate way to do it.
I think the best way was, yeah, we're not going to try.
Oh, that is the best way.
And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, it happens. Yeah, we're done trying.
Yeah, we're done trying. Like a month later. Just kidding. We tried.
He's pregnant.
We did it.
Well, I got on birth control for a while, and then I looked at him because it was like messing with my hormones a lot. And I was like, listen, I don't want to be on this medication anymore. But
so if it happens, it happens.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
If it does happen. He was like, okay. Like, we're not trying, but if it happens, it happens.
Right.
Like, yes.
But before you guys were trying and it just
never happened. Yeah. It wasn't the right time, I don't think.
Right. Yeah. I believe so too. I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. Sadly enough, it does.
And right at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or happily enough, one or the other.
Well,
Both.
because like
it's both.
Antōn and I have even had this discussion before. Like, if we had actually met earlier, I don't think that we would have dated.
Nah.
Like, we were both rambunctious.
I was hoeing it up, all right?
He was out and about.
I plead the fifth.
With his spout.
Y'all should know me. I'm truthful. I was hoeing it up and having a jolly old time.
He was garden tooling it up.
Exactly. Yeehaw. But alas, I had moved past that phase.
And now you're having a baby.
Yeah. Then we met.
With a wonderful woman.
So,
So
6 years later, 5 years married. Next week.
Next week.
We got 5 years.
So, what? Once you have the baby, what's gonna be like your main thing that you're getting back into? Are you gonna like do a bunch of dab? Are you gonna run back straight into flower like a heavy?
I plan on breastfeeding. So, I don't really know yet. Oh, that's something I was going to say, though, is like my chemistry changed. Like, once I got pregnant, I simply didn't need as much. Like, I think we were taking 80 milligrams.
Get you
Some
higher.
nights. No.
And now I can take like 10, 20, and I'm so good.
That's freaking awesome. I wish I could be like that.
Honestly, right? It was the reset I
Antōn,
needed.
you want to impregnate me?
I know you've got it in you.
I'm fertile. No, I can't take 80 anymore. It makes me too paranoid.
I could take 300 and be like, is this hitting me?
It's so sad that some people are like that, but like that's another reason I'm so excited for more science or like more research to be done.
Yeah.
Like I would love to know the actual scientific reason why edibles don't work for certain people.
I think a big thing is, my liver breaks it down differently now. From that, like, because I've had edibles and they always worked on me like small amount, like 50, 80 would get me fucking spinning. Like I'm feeling the room.
Yeah.
I'm high.
Yeah.
And then me and Conrad, podcast has heard of Conrad. Me and him made a batch of brownies. And it was just way too much. We put like a whole ounce in just a batch.
Oh no.
We ate half.
Oh my God. No.
So it was thousands of milligrams.
So many.
Yeah. And so, we were just sick to our stomachs and just, it was like mushrooms,
Right.
Like, the lights were like getting brighter and dimmer.
Yep.
Like not flashing, but like
Strobing almost.
Yeah. And he got really sick and was throwing up. And ever since then, edibles haven't been the same. So I think it really takes just like one big experience or like overdose, because that's what it was. I overdosed. I loved it. And I didn't get like I woke up the next day totally fine. That's the best thing about cannabis. You overdose on cannabis, you're just gonna get sick. You might forget that you know how to breathe, but you're still gonna breathe. Exactly. Like you're not gonna die.
We do automatically breathe. Yeah. Just when you notice it and you're like manual breathing, like you will go back to automatic breathing.
Yeah. So like at that point I had so many experiences with cannabis that I wasn't there was no paranoia or I wasn't freaking out, but I was like, whoa, this is too much.
Yeah.
You know, and it just nothing ever hit me the same. And so until I had 300 milligrams measured, you know, an actual dose, and took it and was like, I'm high, you know, but it was 300 of gummies with a little bit of tincture, and I was smoking flower. So,
So you're high somewhere in there.
but I felt more of a body high. Like I could tell when it's an edible high versus flower or concentrate. You know what I mean?
I love when that edible high just like creeps in and you're like, oh yeah, I took an edible 2 hours ago. And you're like, whoa.
And now I feel my toes tingling.
Exactly.
We just did that the other night. I text Antōn at like 9:00 and I was like, dude, I just remembered we took an edible. Like,
I know. I'm so tired.
I do have legs.
Yeah, I just got really tired. That's like what sucks is like some people can take edibles and they do other things to them than just make them tired.
What's your favorite way of consuming, Annalicia?
I would say I feel the most comfortable right now.
Not just like even before the pregnancy.
Yeah,
Before the pregnancy? Oh gosh, it would vary. I don't know. I would go through like stages, honestly, or like phases, I should say.
Yeah.
And that night, I like using.
You don't really have
in
a preference more than the other.
Not really, just because I think that everything can give you such a different effect.
What about method of consumption? Joints? Are you smoking joints every day?
Yeah.
Back when we lived in Vegas, and it was like easy to do.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just go out on the balcony.
And just
water pipes. Do you like pipes more than water pipes?
Mm-hmm. Like my favorite like is just hitting the bong. That's my favorite way to smoke. That's favorite.
I mean, like, so joint first,
right?
Bong second, probably.
Mine are flopped.
Yeah, mine are flopped just because out of conveniency. But like,
I totally get that.
If I am going to like taste test flower, I'd prefer a joint.
Yeah. I'd much rather
because a bong's, you know, it gets dirty, boom, right after the first hit. If I'm hitting it. Take a huge ass hit and it's like, okay, now we got to clean it to, you know, like taste the flower like fresh, you know. When it's a joint, it's constantly burning off the ash, and yeah, it does resonate, but like the first few hits you really do get a, you know, a better flavor,
taste.
I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. You also can, you get two different tastes out of both of them.
Right.
Like you said, the one gets dirty, so.
But yeah, for effect and like conveniency, bong takes my number one because I can just take giant hits. Like I can't hit a joint as much weed out of a joint as I can out of bong in one hit.
Right.
Yes.
Like I could take, it would be hard and maybe not the most enjoyable, but I can take a gram bong rip. I cannot take one hit gram joint. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
No, yeah.
That'd be fucking nuts.
I've definitely done half gram bong rips. Just rip it. Yeah. Like, I got this much left. Let's do it.
I love whenever you would like go to do that and you realize like, oh no, there was a lot more to this bowl than I thought there was.
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens a lot with new water pipes when I like get a new piece and I like not exactly sure like how to hit it yet, because like
you have to get used to everything.
Once you know smoke for a long time out of bongs and water pipes, like there's kind of a trick to it. You have like a certain percentage of lung power that you use depending on the water level and like the bong and like how much volume you know it has, like with air and everything. It's like, do I use all my lung power within 2 seconds, or do I slowly like hit it, you know, with like 10% for a long time. The
slow draw, so you can fill the beaker up, basically.
Yeah, and like some ways are better than others depending on the piece. And yeah, when you first get a new piece and you hit it like your old piece.
Yeah.
Fuck, put you on your ass. You fucking hit it wrong, cough when it... The worst thing to do is to cough when smoke's in your lung. Yes. Like if I had to do a huge tip for any people smoking or even vaping, try to cough once everything's out of your lungs, because coughing when it's in your lungs, it's just like so painful.
Well, you can also another tip, you do want to expel all of the smoke from your lungs, because if you cough hard enough with smoke in your lungs, you can collapse your lung or lungs. So yeah, that's why usually if I'm going to go through a coughing fit, you push all the smoke out.
Right.
And then you die.
Yeah.
After that, you just cough your lungs out.
I've coughed a million times just fucking up a hit, and it just sticks for like 10 minutes. You can like feel it in your like throat and in your chest, where it's like and you're constantly spitting.
Oh, ask her the other day.
Over and over again.
I was going
doing that
for like 10 minutes straight, and it was like I could feel it coming up my throat. Like it's almost there. Like I've almost got it.
I almost got it.
It's
like
there.
This resin buildup. Mm-hmm. But yeah, fucking joints and bongs are awesome. Mm-hmm. And you have the volcano hybrid here. Do you prefer vaping over smoking, or do you prefer smoking over vaping?
I don't know. I feel better about myself whenever I vape it.
Yeah.
Like
for the health factor.
Exactly. Yeah, like that's, I would say, especially being pregnant right now, like that is absolutely my preferred method. Yeah. Because I know that not as many bad chemicals can be going into my body.
Mm-hmm. Carcinogens.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, the cleanest.
Does the volcano lower the carcinogens, or does it get rid of them since you're vaping it?
I wouldn't say get rid of them 100%.
Because you're still heating it up.
Right. So like, I would say it's definitely, I don't know. I couldn't tell you 100%, but just in my opinion, I wouldn't say 0. No. But that's part of the experience.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's why I like smoking over vaping.
But yeah, I could see, if I was in a stomach and someone started coughing, and you're like, what the hell is going on?
He does. He does.
Starts kicking. Hey, calm down out there.
That's when I'm like, okay, I need to put my pen down now.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Life is fucking wild.
It really is.
What's your favorite experience with cannabis? Or now, let me ask this first. What's your first experience with cannabis? Sorry, I'm all over the place.
You're good. First experience, I think I was like 16.
Troublemaker.
There's worse things to be doing.
I got 16. A car. I can drive now. I'm gonna get high.
I don't think I had a car then. Did I? Maybe I did. Anyways,
I don't have a car. Still gonna get high.
At Papa John's. And there's going to be stoners at Papa John's. Why the fuck wouldn't
pizza
there be
place.
stoners?
Yeah, that's like what's the stereotypical like stoner job.
That's the gateway drug is working at a pizza place.
No, sincerely.
Right? Look at it. We have firsthand experience right here.
I can absolutely agree with that.
I've eaten so many pizzas. Hi.
Me too.
But yeah, I was like, I would like to try some marijuana, and they were like, yeah, come hang out with us after work. We just went for a drive, and like they smoked me out.
Space
cruise. Yeah. I love that scene.
Do you still know those people, or you haven't talked to them in forever? Like,
I might still have one of them on like Instagram.
Well, shout out to them.
Shout out to you.
All those people that you smoked with, and introducing you to
Christina
the wonderful
and
flower.
Kevin, I think were their names, if I'm actually remembering properly from like 20 years ago.
Did you get high the first time you smoked?
That's a good question.
Oh God, I don't remember.
Because I didn't.
Probably.
I didn't get high the first time I smoked.
Because they directed me through it. They were like, all right, inhale. And then they probably lit it for me. Mm-hmm. So I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because I remember not getting how high I am right now. But all I remember is just getting the munchies.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that say they don't get high the first time they smoke weed because your brain doesn't recognize what it is yet to you have the experience. And I think that's completely bullshit, right? I don't think there's any science to that. People can get high on their first time no matter what. But there is a lot of stories of people not getting high their first time. And I would like to know studies on that or research on that.
Yeah.
No.
See, like I think that's one of the funnest parts is like, we're still technically young. Like,
this is so new.
Yeah. Like we should be able to see studies like this come out in our lifetime still.
Yeah.
That's exciting to me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, we might have, depending on like where you want to put yourself in this industry, you might know somebody or be involved in those studies.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy to think of because it's a small world.
Exactly.
You know, especially here in Small Lake City.
Yeah.
Like, you know, cannabis is fucking very new here. And it's very new in the U.S. still. Like, medical cannabis has only been around since 96. You know, so...
It hasn't really gotten popular since, like... Well, I don't want to say popular, but more well-known since, like, the past 10 years. Yeah.
Like this...
Yeah, because I can't remember when Vegas went recreational, but I was in my 20s. Because that was dope.
Yeah.
Now you can get that delivered to your door.
Yeah, it's a whole...
We'll be there in 3 hours.
It's a whole other world. And so, yeah, it's really cool to think, like, kind of what studies are going to come out and what studies we might be a part of and know people that are doing those studies. Or, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, if you're doing those studies, UCC wants to be a part of those studies.
Please.
Yes. Let me know.
We're willing to facilitate anything. We'll even, you know, bring together groups of people.
Oh, yeah, we could definitely bring groups of people for studies.
Yeah, study group.
Yep.
Utah Cannabis Club study group.
Yep.
Love that.
It's another division.
I want to run that division.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Yeah, the study group.
R&D.
Yep. Let's do it.
So, do you have any favorite strains, like, especially before you were pregnant, do you have any, like, favorite strains that you always look out for or that stand out to you?
I really enjoy Magic from Dragonfly.
Yeah,
right? It's Magic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've boasted about that strain probably more than any other strain on the podcast.
Like
Magic.
I've had a bad back, for about 2-3 years, 2.5 years, maybe
Something like that. 2.5 years. Yeah. Almost 3.
So honestly,
did you have it? Sorry if I, like impede or anything by asking this, but did you have like an accident or was it just like sustaining like over time?
I just noticed like one Friday when I was at work, like, oh man, my lower back's really bugging me.
Yeah.
And then like I went to bed and Saturday morning, like I literally couldn't get out of bed on my own.
It's like a slip disc or something?
It's a herniated disc, I believe. Between my L5 and S1. And it's causing pinching on the sciatic nerve. So it will make both of my legs go kind of nummy. So I have tried like chiropractic. I tried like epidural shots in my back.
Yeah,
like
the cortisone shots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just like nothing.
Steroidal.
There was one pain pill that I was on that actually was helpful, but you know, being pregnant, I couldn't take it.
Right.
So I will say CBG has helped me tremendously. And actually, one of my friends helped me out with some CBG flower. And I'll mix that into literally everything that I use. It's just
like super high CBG.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, have some.
Carter Kids Cannabis. Shout out.
Some of this is it.
Big fan. And that one is the pink pant.
And that's like lower THC.
There's like extremely low THC, if any.
Very low THC.
So it's like
interesting.
hemp
I wonder how
flower,
they did
basically.
That. They just dealing with genetics with hemp flower and trying to get a high CBG flower. That's cool. I've had like really high CBD flower, but it still had. It wasn't like no THC. It still had a small amount of THC, or like 9% or something.
My favorite that they have is Matt's Wild Cherry. And that one is a like 1-to-1, so CBD and CBG.
That's cool.
It's fabulous.
It's crazy.
Like, it really has helped me a lot.
It's crazy how like terpy these are. Actually, like,
What's your favorite terpenes?
I'm still trying to figure out if my body, I think it's terpenylene. Terpenolol, maybe.
Yeah, there's a terpenylene.
I know, I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
I know my body likes one of those. Limonene. I am a fan of caryophyllene.
that pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am up in the same area. I like terpenylene, limonene, pinene a ton, and then like I think most people's favorite, which is like I always love strains, with high myrcene. Just like fruity,
Yeah, that's my
buds.
favorite. I love myrcene. It's
I feel like that one's kind of just like included in everything, honestly.
And when I first started to get cannabis products with listed cannabinoids, the terpene profile, like that's when I could see what I liked more than others. Cause like, since I've been smoking cannabis, I could smell like what's more lemony and like kind of guess what the terpene is. But to see it measured on there and to like it be dosed essentially, I could figure out what I liked more. As I always thought, like when I first got a medical card and getting products with the stuff on there, I was like, I don't really like caryophyllene, like the pepperiness, like it isn't my favorite. But then I would run into strains where I'm like, fuck, this is good. Like I'm getting ripped. I love the flavor on this. And it would always be like number 2 or number 3 caryophyllene. Mm-hmm. So like usually strains, I don't like it number 1. But I love it like as a runner up for some reason.
Yeah. No, I totally
So I'm
get
still
that.
learning, like even though, I've been smoking weed for fucking ever. It seems like I'm still learning all the time of like what I like more.
And that was like,
And I guess it changes, like you said, like we have phases at certain points.
one of the craziest parts about moving to Utah and like, we were consuming in Las Vegas is Las Vegas packaging always had the terpenes listed on them.
Yeah.
So then moving out to Utah, they didn't have that. Like, I want to say I was in the industry myself for probably about a year before they actually mandated that.
Yeah, I was still buying off the street.
Yeah.
I didn't get a card until I was getting in the industry.
I want to say one of the only companies to really do that from the beginning was Boojum, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say they've always listed all of their facts, and like even a lot of their products now have QR codes on them that will take you directly to the what's it called? The testing that shows like literally all of the terpenes and its numbers, their numbers. That's going to be entertaining for the record. One of our cats just tried jumping on the back of the couch and
she made it.
Yeah.
not
kind
gracefully, but she made it.
She's not very graceful.
Yeah, when I first got into the industry, Dragonfly put a bunch of more, like they had a higher terpene list on there. It wasn't till, I don't know, everything's a blur right now, but probably like a year ago
5,
now,
right?
they just do 5.
Yeah.
But before they would do like 11 or 13, or it was like a bunch. And now they just do the top 5.
I remember like what Buzz does, like all of them.
Yeah.
No.
I will say, like, coming from a pharmacy agent / bud tender in literally any state other than Utah, coming from that standpoint, it was so much easier whenever a company would just list like their top terpenes.
Yeah.
Because having to look through like 10 different terpenes and figure out, okay, well, these aren't in order. Which one's the highest one? And like the writing on these bottles is so small. I have never felt older.
I can't read this for shit.
Way too many. What?
MJ.
No, I do like that they do just like 5 of the main ones or 3 of the main ones, because you can get most of what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh,
out of
absolutely.
those 3 or 5. And
Yeah, because, after, like, flour's only so terpy. So after the 5th one, it's really like minute differences. It's still cool to see though.
Yeah, like a full display on it.
All right. Graceful cat made it around the laptop. All right.
I was waiting for one of them to just put a paw on it.
On the space bar.
Yeah,
something, yes.
Like, especially Bob walked up to it first and was all curious. Now it's just like, nah, I'm gonna chill. I got picked up last time I did this. Like, he learned. He was like, nah.
And the profile picture on that laptop is my old cat, Kinkers. It's up the webcam. I just took a picture because we would just sit in front of it. So I just pointed it down and took a picture. Yeah.
Accurate.
That brain rot. It always reminds me of
Cats and laptops.
Yep.
It always reminds me of the cat in The Fifth Element. How he was cross-eyed.
Yeah.
He'd be like, all right, don't watch too much TV. Shut the cat off.
That's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
It is.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, shit. There's so many of them. I've been on a movie kick lately, too. I don't know. I'd probably say something Disney off the top of my head, honestly.
Okay, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Well, I have a tattoo of a Cinderella slipper, so I feel like
Cinderella.
that's got to be a pretty top priority. I don't know. I would say Moana, honestly.
Oh, that's a good one. Have you seen the second one?
I haven't seen the second one yet.
How have you not seen the second one? You're telling me it's your favorite.
I know.
Because Moana 1 is her favorite.
Because 2 is not as good as 1. You already know it. Even though we haven't seen it.
No, I really do want to see it.
It's always better.
It just hasn't happened.
I want to see it too.
That's the thing is like Antōn wants to see it as well. So like whenever I go to the movie theater, I'll usually go by myself because it's like on a Tuesday whenever they have like the $5 movies.
Yeah.
And he's still at work or something.
Right. Something to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
So I just go see a movie that he has no interest in, basically. Although last week, I think, I went and saw Wolfman, and I do think that Antōn wanted to see that one, but...
That's okay. You were in Nosferatu, and you weren't enjoying yourself, so it's like, yeah, just go see the other one. Like,
I was really surprised that I didn't like Nosferatu.
Damn, I heard good things.
I know, I did too.
You just didn't like it?
I don't know, okay, again, I'm very, hormones have changed.
Right.
Certain things bug me a lot more than, they should nowadays.
Or they used to.
Yeah. The voice that they had for Nosferatu.
You were just like, this is too cringy.
It was, it was very deep and raspy and he was Antōn was doing it really well.
You're gonna have to do that in the movie.
Oh, was that when I was doing? The Buffalo Bill voice?
Yes.
He did that at work.
Wait, hold on. I got this.
But do it older.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
And super breathy, he was dying, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, lots of that breathing into the microphone.
Like a big cat growling.
And it creeped me out. I was like, dude, I'm not enjoying myself right now.
I'm done with this.
And Lily Rose Depp, she's cute, but she was so dramatic in the role.
Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yeah. And I don't know, hearing her moan and stuff, it was just awkward for me, I guess. I ended up, just walking out and going, yeah, can I just get another ticket to a different movie?
Yeah, I've been on and off with movies. There just hasn't been, it's all, banking on everyone's nostalgia factor. That's all they've been doing for the past, 10 years? It's just ton of sequels and remakes and bring around, can you guys come up with anything original?
No.
The only...
There's nothing left. There's nothing left.
Right. That's why I like Quentin Tarantino's shit, because it's all different. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he's said he's got one more movie and then he's done. Wow. And so I'm
cool.
That's awesome. And because it'd probably be shitty after a while, because you said, you run out.
Yeah.
But damn it.
There's
not very many original
He's made some bangers.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Some of the greatest movies of, of our time, especially. But yeah, it's just like, we need some new shit, It
was fun last weekend. Last weekend? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I went up to Logan.
One of these weekends.
Yeah, one of the weekends. And we watched like a bunch of like 80s comedy movies. It's just pretty good. Like we watched like What About Bob with Bill Murray. That movie's hilarious. Like it's probably been like 10 years since I've seen that movie. Yeah. And just like.
And that's what they're banking on right now. It's just making movies that like resemble that when it's like we can just go watch the old ones.
Exactly.
Like they're still just as good.
It's because it's just a massive machine now. They have to pump movies out.
Right.
So for the entertainment
jobs.
And entertainment for the masses.
And they're not really like, now they just make shit to a formula, rather than like just, I made a script where it's like, they write to a certain formula in a certain way. Okay, the climax is in the middle towards the end. Mm-hmm. And, like all movies are the same.
Mm-hmm. That's something that really irritates me, actually.
It's very predictable. And it's still fun, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's still fun.
If something can get me wrapped up enough in the storyline where I actually forget about, like...
the formula.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exciting to me.
Right. It's immersive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it sucks, like, even with shows, too, like, where you're watching a show, like, we'll watch a lot of shows and be like, oh, this is going to happen next. Or, like, we'll watch some other, like, just a random movie. And be like, oh, let's guess what's going to happen at the end, at the very beginning.
Right.
And sometimes we get it.
I think my favorite, but like we'll actually do like a little chat with me, Antōn and my mom. And we'll like watch movies and shows together. Mm-hmm. I think it's adorable.
It's a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy it.
But our latest have been different Nick Cage movies.
I gotta show you a picture of Nick Cage wearing my uncle's tie-dye.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yeah. The last one we watched, I think, was
Drive Angry.
Drive Angry.
That sounds shitty as hell.
Did we finish it?
I thought so.
Did we?
I thought so.
We might have.
It was so bad you didn't finish it.
I think we did finish it. It was rough. It was rough.
I thought it was hysterical.
It was hysterical, but it was
hysterically rough.
That's one of the best parts about it, honestly. Like, different movies is like being able to make fun of them.
No, yeah, I agree. Like,
like the first one that we watched with him was hysterical.
Oh my gosh, we watched a movie with him where I think he said one word the whole movie.
Either one word or one line.
Yeah, and it might have just been a grunt.
It might have been.
Like,
was he in the movie?
He was in the
entire movie.
He was the main character in the movie.
What the hell?
That's the thing.
He didn't have any lines?
No, it's just like people would talk to him and he would just...
Jonah Hill wearing my uncle's tie-dye.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you guys know who O'Teal is. He does like for Dead and Company. It's like Grateful Dead's like what do they call the band after the bands? Kind of like I'm just brain farting. A tribute band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dead and Company. They did the Sphere. Mm-hmm. Just really where it's like all Grateful Dead shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wears his tie-dye as well.
Oh, that's dope.
Because like they actually used to make tie-dye for Grateful Dead, for Jerry Garcia and shit. But yeah, he had a Nicolas Cage on here, and I was like, damn, Nicolas Cage looks old as hell. But yeah, Nicolas Cage movies are fucking like, it's either really great or it's mediocre as fuck.
Or it's either really great or just a Nick Cage movie.
So it was called Willy's Wonderland.
Oh yeah.
and
you recommend it?
Yes.
Honestly, yes.
It's kind of like a. It reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's, but except Nick Cage is in it and he doesn't say a fucking word.
It says the decision to have Cage's character remain silent was a deliberate aesthetic choice by the filmmakers. They patterned his character after the lone silent types that would breeze into a problematic town, clean it up, and move on.
I bet people were pissed.
It honestly was so fucking funny.
I'd have been upset if I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
But-
and honestly, please watch it while you're medicated.
Oh, yeah.
Way better.
Get elevated and watch it. It's fantastic.
It's one of those movies.
We also like campy, scary movies, too. Like Slaughterhouse.
Yes.
That was one of the best campy.
Yeah, that's super immersive.
You just get locked in. All right.
I haven't seen that one, but it looked so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. Dude.
Like if something looks ridiculous to us and we see it, we kind of both like look at each other and we're like, yeah, do we do it?
Yeah. I got an hour and 24 minutes. Let's do this.
That's usually our max on like a stupid movie though.
Oh yeah, like more than an hour and a half. It's like, I don't know. Do I really want to watch this for that long?
Exactly.
Like this movie has 1 star. I do not want to sit here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
What's your favorite stoner movie?
Oh my gosh. Do we go do I go classic and say Pineapple Express?
Dang, yeah, that's classic.
And that's classic,
Or do I go really classic and go Reefer Madness?
Oh, Reefer Madness is
That's just
good.
hysterical.
That's a good one, yeah. That's a comedy.
It's entertaining for sure.
Didn't we watch the
remake?
the newer one? Yeah, that was good too. Just from who was in it.
Wasn't there? There's something else I'm thinking of too that was really good.
There's always Dazed to Confused. There's How High.
That's a good
any
one.
Cheech and Chong movie.
I think near the end of my old job, I would constantly go, be cooler if you did. It's still like probably one of my favorite sayings, but I don't feel the need to say it as much
Be
anymore,
cooler if you
unfortunately.
did.
Wow. Just not put in the situations where it would fit.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of a bummer. Although maybe that means I'm surrounded by cool people.
So now the fans and everyone part of the club knows that you used to work customer facing. So what are you doing now?
I am.
Yeah, you used to.
Yeah, I used to. I've been over at a new company now, up north for like a month now.
Yeah.
A little over a month, maybe 2 months.
I mean, I'm not gonna ask you for what company you work for. I know, and we don't have to put it out on blast. But do you like this company better than the last one?
Significantly more, if I'm being honest with you.
That's good.
It just feels like I'm walking into a well-oiled machine.
Yeah,
There's
and
a lot of structure, and I personally work a lot better with a lot of structure.
Do you think that difference shows a lot on the patient side? Like, do you think the patients will recognize that, or it doesn't have that much of a difference? It only matters to like people who work there.
I don't know. I feel like it should trickle down. Does it? I don't know.
Right.
But I feel like it
Maybe
should.
not as much, like, because they're not there every day, obviously, working there, like, around that shit. And they're just there to get their product. And if they get their product and there's no mistake on it and it looks good, then
I will say
that's fine.
Should be
but,
satisfied patients.
but if people are, like, pissed off at work, sometimes there's going to be more mistakes that happen.
Right.
Maybe they're not as passionate or their boss pissed them off. So they
just do it.
Yeah, so like
job.
shit will trickle down, but maybe the patient doesn't see it as much. But yeah, it affects you for sure, right? Like,
oh, absolutely. Like I'll be honest, I had a really bad depression morning, and like I really didn't want to get out of bed. I was crying all morning.
Just recently?
Today, this morning. But I went into work and worked 6 hours, and honestly, I left there in a way better mood. Like it's nice whenever you can have coworkers who are all super nice and everyone is willing to help one another and everyone can have fun, but actually get their shit together and work.
Isn't that something that's so weird about depression, where it's like, it's, what's the word? Like handicap. Like it'll fucking leave you in bed. Like,
oh, absolutely.
but the best thing to do is get out there and just like
keep your mind busy.
Yeah, keep your mind busy, and it'll like, you're like, holy shit, all these being surrounded around this made me happier, and like it really
I wasn't able
it's
to
way healthier
be in
to
my
just
own head.
get out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
You can feed off of
But I think it's so weird how it's like depression's like, no, you should just sit in a corner and just think, you know, and that's like, no, that's not the best beneficial thing. And it's just like going against the grain of like telling yourself, no, I'm going to just go to work. It's not only better for you, like just obviously financially, but for your mental health. Like,
Right.
I think it's so, that's just interesting to me. So like the body would do that.
Oh,
And it happens to
absolutely.
everybody.
Right.
Like I don't believe anyone to say they've never been depressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just don't think that they're labeling as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like there's different levels to it, and like depending on how severe your depression is. Well, it's
Right.
just like even here in like in Utah, we get the inversion. So people who don't have depression get this thing called seasonal depression, where
Right.
they just will wake up sad and be like, oh, well, why am I sad? And it's like, because you haven't seen the sun in 6 days.
Right.
And a lot of basically everyone needs the sun to survive, which
Right.
is like crazy how it can cause damage, but you need it to help you produce vitamin D.
Vitamin D, woo woo.
Yep, and be happy. Like I've noticed that if I go stand in the sun, it's a lot easier to smile.
Right. It's so weird that our emotions just aren't based off of what's happening situationally. Like everything could be going perfectly fine and you could still be depressed,
No.
you know?
Yeah.
Because a big part of it is like going through the motions. You know, I feel like it's normal to be depressed, and like it's not always a good thing, or not always like, do we want it to be normal? Like, you know, you don't want to be depressed all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But being depressed every once in a while makes those other moments way fucking nicer. And it's just like, I don't think people talk about their depression enough.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people are like scared of it, you know, and it is scary. Like nobody,
Oh, it's
But
scary. Oh, you go.
I think we need to talk about it and put it out on the table and like realize, hey, we're here for each other.
Yeah.
Like, I may not know exactly how you're feeling, but I understand where you're coming from.
I feel that's become way more relevant in the last maybe 5 to 10 years. Like people are actually opening up more. They're actually more willing to go to therapy now. Whereas that was seen as being weak or
Yeah. Talking about your feelings. Yeah.
like ew, oh my God.
Especially, or like on both sides of like when you tell people, oh yeah, I'm seeing a therapist, and then they're like, oh, what are you crazy?
Yeah,
Seeing
what's
a
wrong with
shrink?
you?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes
Like,
I just
no,
want to talk to somebody.
It's the same thing as going to the gym. People, if
it
you
is.
tell somebody you go to the gym, they don't go, oh, are you fat? Or,
Exactly.
oh, what's wrong with you? Are you unhealthy? You're like, no, I'm keeping up with my health. It's the same thing with going to a therapist. You got to keep up with your mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't seen a therapist in years, but like, I don't mean to say it, like my friends aren't my therapists, but I use them as that a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And
I get it.
I feel bad a lot of the times where I'm like, fuck, maybe I need a therapist to actually like differentiate the two. And like, so I'm not pouring all my shit out onto my friends and using them as my therapist, but that's what the friends are there for. Like friends are there to help you.
I'm there, buddy.
You know what I mean? And like, that's the main fucking reason why I haven't needed a therapist, is because I have friends like you, you know, and like just keeping me, you know, I can vent everything to you.
Yep.
And you don't have a fucking psychology degree, but you still have lived life long enough to tell me your experiences and your insights. And, you know, that's just, people just need to be more open and being okay to talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this has actually been one of my bouts through depression where I haven't been so like hold it all in. Like I've told people that like
And it helps a ton.
It does. It really does when like
It's some
other
of the weight.
people. Yeah, some of it, instead of just burying it inside and being like,
Addressing how you feel,
Right.
giving yourself validity.
yeah.
Because it would like to be in a deep, dark corner of your mind, and things don't like to be put with a spotlight on them. And it's not, you know, sometimes we have to do that, and it makes us feel way better where it's like, okay, I worked that out. I talked about it with somebody. I didn't just stew on it and shit.
Yeah.
But the craziest thing to me is like the drive to stew on it is more there. At least for me and my experiences with depression, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit at home and stew on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, that's not the right thing to do. But why do I want to do that?
Exactly. No,
When I know the right thing to do is, hey, I should probably call Antōn and tell him I need somebody to talk to right now.
Yeah.
I'm never the type of person to do that. And like, I need to be okay with, like calling somebody for help, even when it's just like talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like other people need to be okay with that and know that it's okay to reach out.
I feel like it all kind of boils down to like open communication. Like how good is a person at actually communicating with another human being?
Yeah.
How were they raised?
That's the biggest. That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah.
Is childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Were they able to overcome what they went through in their childhood? Have they gone to therapy and talked to somebody about...
worked through what they...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Antōn and I went to couples therapy for a while, and I will say it was some of the roughest therapy sessions I've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we would yell, we would cry, like...
It's hearing stuff that
I
you
definitely
don't really want to hear.
I've walked out of the room before, and like... Yeah.
But just having that therapist, that person as like an in-between for us to actually be able to hear one another and be able to express our emotions and how we felt...
Just give a little more perspective without getting so defensive.
Exactly.
And think like, oh, you're saying this to hurt my feelings. But rather that person's like, no.
A mediator. That's the word I was looking for.
Right. A mediator to just be like, no, this is just how they feel. They're not trying to hurt your feelings.
And she would kind
sides.
of like, she would take what we said and then she would kind of summarize it for the other person. And I mean, it just helped our brains so much to be able to...
hear it in a different light.
Exactly.
See it in a different light.
Yes.
Be able to understand it more.
Right.
Be able to
It's a different
understand one
perspective.
another more.
And it not be like seen as like a personal attack or something, or just like, this is what's going on, and then explain that.
And I mean, you have to also understand, like, we have an extremely healthy relationship. So like, that's something people have commended us on, is like our communication. Like, wow, you guys have amazing communication. Like, it really seems like you guys are on the same page. You love each other. So for those therapy sessions to be so intense, I honestly think that's what we needed to become even more in sync with one another.
100%. Yeah. And just like even putting the effort out there to be like, hey, maybe we can't do this on ourselves. You know what I mean? And we do need that help because it just gives you that insight.
Yeah.
And just putting that effort in is still showing that you guys care and you guys love each other. And it's like, hey, I want to work through whatever it needs to work through. And like, not to say that there wasn't even a problem to begin with to go to therapy. It's just like therapy, like we said, like we started this conversation, therapy is just healthy.
Yeah.
We just knew that we could be
Better.
in a better situation.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I
You can
agree.
always be better.
We didn't really feel like we were like, oh, we're going to break up. We just felt like we should be communicating with one another, that things weren't getting through properly, that we were getting more defensive with one another, and that it wasn't healthy.
Yeah. Do you guys think that, it's just...
Okay, just...
Do you guys think that cannabis has helped you a lot with your guys' relationship? And like maybe like little arguments and fights?
Oh, yeah.
Like cannabis helps a lot with that.
I'll say we're both probably pretty like strong-headed individuals.
Yeah.
Stubborn.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one way of putting it.
Stern.
I would agree with that. I'm stubborn.
And I think sometimes just like taking a moment and like smoking apart or with one another and then being able to talk about something, like that has helped us a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
because maybe you like just get a different mindset to where you're like, okay, I've calmed down, I've stepped a little way, and like now I'm stoned and I don't give a shit about what we were just mad about 5 minutes ago. Like, let's just eat.
or we're not mad at each other now, so we can talk about it.
You're mad about the situation.
Yeah,
Right.
and we can talk about that and work through it. It's it falls back on good communication. It's talking.
Instead of like internalizing this shit, it's like, okay, I feel this shit. I have these feelings and I'm feeling them inside me. It's like, let's fucking take this out, lay everything on the table, and say, okay, what do we got here?
Yeah.
And I will say, like, probably 99% of the time, if we get in a tiff about something, like, we will communicate it.
Yeah.
We will talk it out so that it's not an issue in the future.
Yeah, and that's the best thing to do is, like, bring things up when they bother you.
Right.
Because that's the best time to do it, is, like, in the moment. Like you said, you know, an hour ago, it's just, like, be in the moment. You know, when if something bothers you and you're internalizing that and thinking to yourself, why the fuck did they just do that? Or, man, that really bothered me. Like, you need
How are they supposed to know unless you actually say something?
Say something, because you can't just expect that person to be on the same page. You know.
And we actually just like talked about that a few nights ago of just like things that bug us, and it's better to just do that, be in the moment instead of let it build up.
Well, I think the other night, Antōn was telling me about his day, and he can sometimes get a little long-winded and tell me a lot of different things, or like details I guess.
That you didn't really
He's like
need
a
to
Stephen King of telling me about his day.
But they're also, it's ADHD. So
no, it's 100% ADHD.
They're out of order too.
Yes.
So it's not even all in order. Like I'll tell the story.
This is why we can communicate very well.
Yes, because I can tell you a story.
I speak the same way.
From finish to start. I'll be like, oh no, wait, hold on. I got to go back a little further. Okay, now we're going to go to the end, but then we're going to come back to the beginning. Yeah.
But we were like, I was driving home and he was telling me about his day. He was telling me about, I don't know, like some sort of packaging or flour or something. And I was just like, baby, I'm really sorry. Like, I sincerely apologize, but I'm not paying attention anymore. Like, you deserve for my full attention to be given to you.
You got about 20% right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so like we agreed to just get off the phone. And later on that night, I looked at him and I was like, you know, I feel bad about that. Like, should I? Like, how are you feeling about that? And he was like, no, like I understood what you were saying.
Yeah.
And like that made me feel so much better instead of being in my head internalizing all of that anxiety.
Oh shit, did I piss him off? Did he just want to tell me?
Right. Like I don't want to hurt his feelings. That's at least like the last thing I want to do. Like I do want to hear about his day, but like again, he gets a little long-winded and I get a little overwhelmed.
Well, and you're not in the same, it's different when you're in the same room and on the phone. When you're on the phone, it's like, hey, I could be doing something else right now.
And I'm like driving home and like,
could be doing, I could be thinking about or something else right now. And I am thinking about something else right now and you're talking and I feel bad.
No, I get it. And also you drive.
Just being honest. It's just being honest. And that's the first thing. And like you having that second guess of like, oh shit, did that hurt his feelings? Like just showing that you care.
Exactly. Because, I'm really sincerely not trying to hurt his feelings. I do kind of like him a little bit if you haven't heard from this entire podcast.
That's just it. Weird thing about fucking being human and like being individuals. Like, even though you're a couple, you're still two people that are individuals. And you have your own minds and your own thoughts. And
we're still learning. We're still growing every single day.
Right.
Everyone is.
It's fucking beautiful. Yeah. We're all on this road together.
Yep.
Getting fucking stoned as hell.
Hell yeah.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Speaking of getting stoned as hell, you guys want to smoke some more?
Oh, yes.
It's all good. I got stuff ground up.
What is this?
That's the Pez Sours that you're going to take home.
Yeah.
I will definitely take this.
Blackberry Moonshine is another one of my favorites.
That's from Dragonfly as well. They're Betty.
Is it Betty now?
I think the Blackberry Moonshine we have at this moment in time would be Brand Zero.
Okay, but it's all
Brand Zero when it was in the ounce. Which,
got it, but it all comes from Dragonfly.
Yeah, it all yes, Dragonfly Greenhouse.
Yeah.
It's just like very happy. I like my happy strains.
Yes.
Look at that monster.
Wow.
Chonker. It's like a...
Oh, it smells like...
It smells peppery, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. Caryophyllane's the second. Limonene first, then caryophyllane.
I would say that checks out.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
use that.
I can smell it
Yeah,
from
you-
just you opening it.
You just had it.
Yeah.
I have super pregnant smell right now.
Yeah, sensitive smell.
You got the freaking what is it? The
Lucky me.
hound dog. The hound dog knows right now.
I've always had a very sensitive nose, so like
It's sensitive times 10.
Yes,
it's bad.
it's
Double sensitive.
anything, any smell.
I will say, like lemon pledge. Like I can't do that smell while pregnant.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
quite funny in my opinion.
That is.
I also really struggle with Antōn smoking on a sweet honeydew.
Oh yeah, the brand Zero Sweet Honeydew.
Sweet honeydew cartridge right now, and like I don't know. I don't think that our apartment.
Do you
gets
have a card
great.
that you're smoking on right now?
Mine is the creative
Nice.
because I'm hooked on it. It just makes me a better human being.
You want to do a little review on it? What you think of it?
What, my creative?
Yeah.
Hit it right now. Let's.
Yeah.
It's
And what is it? Creative by
Pure
by
Plan.
Peer Plan.
Pure Plan. Shout out Pure Plan.
Yeah, shout out Pure Plan.
Shout out Juice. Shout out Gabe.
Whoop whoop.
Love those guys. It's clogged right now.
Yay.
No, like honestly, it's got a great taste to it. I love the, like I've said, like, oh my God. Words. Okay.
This is a podcast. Yes. We use words here.
Oh shit. It just, yeah, it makes me happier. Like whenever I was patient facing, it helped me then because I would get moody and people would bug me a lot.
You just don't care as much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm just more easygoing, go with the flow.
Nonchalant.
Exactly.
That's really cool that it can be used as like a mood stabilizer for you.
1000%. Like I hate to say this, but like it is one of the products that I'm terrified to live without because I know that like it really it just helps me so much. I mean, it's a good medicine for me.
Well, Pure Plan, you got your however much a month customer right here.
Right here.
For life.
Forever. Forever.
I have definitely told JC that too. Like creative is absolutely my favorite. If you ever make a stronger edible of it, I want it. Like
What is it? A strain? Is creative a strain?
creative is it's so Pure Plan Creative / Banana Runts is the
Okay.
strain. I think on Wholesome site it's just listed as Banana Runts, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just has always helped me feel happier.
Yeah. And you like the taste?
I love the
Smooth.
taste. Oh my gosh, it's like
It's in a 510 cart.
like
Oh, I'm going to cough.
citrusy. I would say
That wasn't from the creative cart. I'm getting the volcano started. That was the little buzz that y'all heard.
Ooh.
isn't it tasty?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't mind this.
That's a lemon head, straight up. Straight up tastes like a lemon head.
And yeah, like, so they've got it in 510 thread cartridge form. They have it in full and half gram. And then they have it in edibles. I want to say that the edibles are like 10 milligrams each usually.
Yeah.
They, I want to say more recently added, I think CBD and CBG, like just about 5 milligrams of each in the edibles, which I loved.
I wish they made more. Higher dose for me.
That's actually what I asked JC for, straight up. I was like, when I was a pharmacy agent, I sold the shit out of those. I was like, dude, I wish I made commission off of those. Because like if a person said the word depression, oh bitch, I was on it. Like,
I know the one for you.
you want to not be a moody bitch? I got you, boo.
Yeah, we got the one for you. So for the people to get to know you more, like, what do you like to do for fun? What are your interests?
Well, Antōn and I met at a karaoke bar, so I do actually like karaoke. We can actually sing together too, which is really cute if you ask me.
Okay, well, we gotta hear a little bit.
Wait, we usually...
You gotta, like, do you have a song that you guys like to do together?
We do Dirty Heads Lay Me Down.
Okay, you guys have
There's
to do
also-
it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Little Talks.
By, of Monsters and Men?
But the
always
thing
get the
about
middle
it is
band.
we
It's
can't
not-
play the music.
Exactly.
So you guys just have to do it a cappella. Can you do it?
I'm walking around this old.
You could do a headphone if you need
So
music.
hold my hand, I'll walk with you, my dear.
Stairs creak, I should sleep. It's keeping me awake.
It's the house telling you to close your eyes.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep going. No. Keep
Oh,
going.
no,
That's
keep
about all.
going.
That's maybe all I got.
I don't know the next word.
Okay.
That's hard.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
We gotta go to karaoke.
I
You gotta
would
do
love
karaoke
that.
sometime. Like,
I've been trying to do that forever.
there's gotta be a
Me and
bar.
my old best friend. I mean, he's still a great friend. Brent. Shout out Brent if you're listening. We used to do karaoke back in the day.
Nice. Karaoke's fun.
What's your go-to?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have a go-to. It's just fucking whatever is the vibe.
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah, I have a lot. That
I like doing Sublime as well. Sublime's really fun.
I crush Date Rape by Sublime.
He does. It's quite fun. I actually have a video of him back whenever we were still drinking doing that song.
Out in Denver. There was so much fun at this. We went, and this dude for karaoke was just pulling stuff off YouTube, so you could literally
Do
request
anything.
any song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, he had every song.
It was so fun.
I was like, oh, this dude just playing unlicensed karaoke songs.
we just
right
took
now.
over that bar.
Oh, we did.
There's 3 of us, and yeah, we just took it over. It was amazing.
It was fun. It was a fun night. I was traveling for work at the time.
And I decided to go make the trip up to Denver and visit him. Even though I had to... No, that weekend was okay. The first weekend that I went to visit you, that was in Utah, and you ended up working the entire weekend.
I did. I worked so much. And it wasn't like it was supposed to be 8 in the door. 3 nights, 8 in the door. It was like a 12-hour night,
All of a sudden.
14-hour night, and then like a 16-hour night.
So, like, I just did a lot of sightseeing out here by myself.
No, I'm just looking at my dad like, what the fuck, dude? 8 hours a day is what you said.
My first time ever being out in Salt Lake, and I had to go entertain myself. And I drove.
At least you had your car.
At least I had my car, thank God.
Seriously.
I mean, we stayed at like a really nice place in Cottonwood Heights, though.
That was a nice Airbnb.
It was a nice area. Like,
So so karaoke. Sorry to cut you off.
it's a,
No, by all means.
Karaoke. What else? What else do you like?
Oh yeah,
to
that
do for fun?
topic. Right. ADHD, threesome over
We're
here.
here.
whoop, whoop.
I don't know what else do I like to do. Oh, I like video games when I can. I feel like I'm trying to do that as much as possible since I know that's going to be a thing of the past here soon.
Yeah.
It'll come back, though. It
Yeah.
won't be gone forever.
Right. Just more priority, more time. I mean, less time you can spend on it. So yeah, trying to
Exactly.
get as much as you can.
Yeah, but once they get old enough to play video games, then you can play all the video games.
I mean, my brother-in-law, baby in the strap right here.
As he's playing.
He gets the baby rubbing the head. Strapped on the chest. You know the chest?
I
Yeah.
can 1000% already see Antōn doing that.
Yeah.
Holder. Mine would more be like up here. Like I'm standing up now, everyone. Would be up here, and I'd just be standing.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta.
Bounce them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. No, oh, yeah. Okay. And then eventually be like,
Yeah, there's a lot of dads playing video games with babies right now.
oh yeah. Well, that's because video games just some people's passion.
Again, with the ADHD, now we're going down
Now,
video games.
so what else do you like? You like to hike. I know you like to hike.
Yeah, I do. I haven't been
With
hiking
the
in a
back
minute.
pain, it's a lot.
It is.
Excuse me. It's a lot harder. I struggle with it a lot. Like whenever we first moved out here, we were doing some fun hikes. I want to say probably like a year and a half, 2 years in, we finally got to do Timpanogos caves.
Yeah, Timpanogos is awesome.
Oh, I love hiking up Timpanogos.
It was
Reminds
so
me of being
grueling.
little because, I remember that was like some of the first hikes as a kid.
It was beautiful. Like I that was my first ever cave that I had ever been in.
Me too.
Holy crap. I was like, first of all, where are the bats? Because I'm obsessed with bats. And she was like, it's a little late in the season for the bats. And I was like, no.
Yeah, bats are awesome.
I agree. They're cute. They
Very
make me so
cute.
happy. San Diego, I think the Safari Park. I think that's what it's called. Their bat exhibit is really impressive.
They have bats at the Hogle Zoo.
They do. I saw those, and they made me very happy. And they were little small bats.
Yeah. I like the bigger bats, the like big ones.
Yeah.
And they have like the cute faces and big eyeballs.
Right.
Yeah. I want one of those. How cool would that be? Just hanging from the ceiling.
That's what I'm saying.
I think those are like fruit bats.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not too scary looking.
Right.
Sometimes bats
Some bats are scary.
Vampires. I mean, that's vampires, bats. The thing.
Yeah. Butterflies drink blood too. Some butterflies drink blood also.
That's fucking metal.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you see
Do
them.
moths?
I have no idea.
Because moths are way scarier than butterflies.
Yeah,
agree.
I've never run from a butterfly. I've run from a
ran
moth.
from moths.
Yeah, they're scary.
Have you ever had one fly into your ear?
The one?
Or like close to your ear?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it makes bzzz. Oh my. And you can feel it like flapping like.
Did you ever get the big ones up here? They're like this big.
No.
So back in Wyoming, when I used to go visit my grandparents, they had a trailer in Star Valley, and these moths were like 5 inches big, and they would like. They're like looking at them now, super pretty. Like when they flap their wings, it's all like blue.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, but like that's
creepy beautiful.
They're just night butterflies.
Right.
That's all they are.
Yeah. Just a little less colorful, but still
Goth
very
butterflies.
colorful.
Goth butterflies, yeah. But yeah. So
But and yeah, like bugs all over the United States. They're so different. Like in South Carolina, dude, a whole nother world. Like with the humidity and everything, giant moths and like cicadas. Just a constant humming.
Vegas would get cicadas too. We used to pick them off trees and stuff, and you could crunch them. That's always crazy because it'd be like 4 years straight, no buzzing, then like 3 years straight buzzing.
Cicadas are back.
Yep, they're back. They all hatched because they like bury for like 7 years and then they come out.
Yeah.
So weird.
You want to hear my scariest bug story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm terrified and like deathly afraid of cockroaches, right? I had a dream when I was like young teenager that my mom was tickling my arm, and I woke up and there was like a cockroach crawling off of my arm, right?
No.
So like ever since then, I've had like this paranoia of cockroaches. So I moved to California. And they had a particularly bad infestation that year of these giant flying cockroaches. I'm talking.
Fuck you.
I don't know how big that is. What, like
About as big as a turd.
That's like 4. That's like as big as the moth that I ran from.
Yeah, it's
4
like
inches,
4
5 inches. The thing's huge.
like fat cockroaches, right? So where I was living at the time, I was taking a shower in the world's smallest bathroom. Like if you think like a medium small coat closet, that's what we're talking.
Like you could barely turn around.
Like those two
Right.
combined.
You could touch both sides of the wall easy.
Right. And there was a standing
elbows.
shower in there, like with a door and everything.
Jesus.
Yeah. and a toilet and a sink. So yeah, you like were shimmying around that bathroom. So anywho, get done taking a shower. This is back before I had LASIK, so I was wearing my glasses. Did not have said glasses on yet. I put them on, and I see this giant cockroach on my clothes.
Oh no! Burn them!
Light them on fire.
I just start screaming, right? And then all of a sudden, this fucking thing is flying at my face. You would think I was getting murdered with how I was screaming. Like,
it was like, shut up, bitch.
It scared the shit out of me.
I'm gonna carry you away.
Oh, and then it landed on top of the door frame, right? So, like, I couldn't leave the bathroom because I was too scared to, like, pass underneath it.
Right.
My boyfriend at the time, I swear to God, almost, like, broke down the door. Like, he was so scared.
Like, what the fuck's going on?
Exactly.
What's going on in there?
Like...
Jesus Christ.
Midnight Strangler.
It just reminds me, okay, you guys remember
so
Wally?
Our bug story is the same.
Is it really? Oh, that's fun.
Both sleeping. Anyways, keep going with Wally.
So Wally, how you can like see his friend, the little cockroach.
Yeah.
With the two
With the
antennae. So that cockroach was so like big and close to my face that's what I remember. Is it looked like that?
It's like a fucking SpongeBob close up, you know?
Exactly.
Do you get like PTSD when you watch Wally now?
No, but I absolutely get the heebie-jeebies whenever I see cockroaches now. Like
Cockroaches are wild.
So I have to tell my story now because it's similar and we're, on bugs. Never really been scared of bugs except like everyone else. You know what I mean? They're creepy, but not like deathly afraid or not a phobia or nothing.
Right.
But like I watched Starship Troopers, that shit freaked me the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, can you imagine, dude? Just giant fucking bugs, dude. I was fucking traumatized. And I go to sleep. Fucking, I didn't watch the movie like the night before, but I go to sleep one night. I don't know what movie I fucking watched. It definitely had something to do with it. But, I go to sleep, and in my dream, I'm camping with the family, like a bunch of my fam. I'm probably like, maybe like 13 years old. Okay, when I'm having this dream. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm camping with my family. And we're like going on a little hike together as a family. And I'm passing through trees, branches. We come to like this wooden bridge and to go over a river. And we start going over the bridge and it's like I'm fucking immersed so into this dream. Like it's like very detailed.
Yeah, it sounds like
it's
it.
Like I can hear like the creaking of the boards, like and like feeling bending under my feet. Like. And then I just hear bzzz. I'm just like, oh my God, do you guys hear that? I'm like talking to Mac in my dream, my step uncle. And I'm just like, bro, do you hear that? And he's like, yeah, I do, and he's like, it's down here. And it was like, off the edge of the bridge a little bit. We look over the siding and there's like this fucking like 3-foot long centipede thing with wings.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah,
they're not
flying.
Supposed to fly.
That would be
and
awful.
It's like this, like a string, like this, like.
Oh, that's the worst.
And just like, it was huge, It's just like a regular centipede.
I would actually cry if that actually existed.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And like we were scared, heart rate immediately, and it's just making this god awful noise, like all the wings on it simultaneously flapping, just
Yeah.
so much buzzing. And it gets closer and closer to me, and it freaking shoots through my fingernail and goes up my arm, and it's like you can see the bulge, and it's like,
oh, bro,
and it's like getting closer to my head, and I wake up, and I'm like, oh, and I'm in my room, and I'm like, oh my God, that was creepy as fuck, and I hear bzzz, I'm like, what the fuck, and it's coming through the vent, bzzz, and I get closer and closer to the vent, and all of a sudden a bunch of like a fucking spiders and like little things coming out of the vent, like tons just start coming out of the vent, and I wake up again
Oh, did you dream? You incepted yourself?
I woke up again, and there's a giant fucking horsefly, like, buzzing, like, super slow, you know, making the most loudest flying noise I ever heard. He must have had a wing that was fucking retarded or something, because it was just making the loudest noise, and I got so fucking mad. I was like, you! It's you! I was like, you gave me the fucking bad dream. Dude, I spent, I don't know, 3 minutes going after that guy and finally got him. He was pretty slow, so I got him pretty quick. But still, I wanted to torture him, tear off his legs, tear off his arms. But I just smashed him.
He gave you a nightmare, dude. He made a centipede crawl up your arm, and then bugs come out of your vent.
Yeah, dude, it was
just a lonely horse.
So scary. Just a tiny horsefly, not a cockroach. Not a giant
nothing like
centipede with fucking a million wings.
Thank God.
Or
I think I've seen that in a video game. Like, that's a boss somewhere, man. When I found it out, I went, oh no, I don't want to live on that world anymore.
Yeah, I was terrified.
They got those. If they got one of those, that means they got 10 of those.
You got any scary bug dreams?
Scary bug dreams?
Or no, scary bug stories, I mean.
I don't know, like...
Or bug stories.
I was like that. I would pick bugs up and be like, look at this. You see me at work. I'm like, oh, there's a bug. I'm like, oh, I gotta go get it.
I mean, like, I would play with, like, roly-polies and stuff growing up.
Roly-polies were awesome.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't really have very many scary bug stories.
We call them potato bugs.
I have a hilarious story about my sister and a praying mantis. So she got brave one night, and we were at like a La Quinta, I think, coming back with Grandma and Grandpa. She picks this praying mantis up, and she's like, Antōn, look. And it starts crawling up her arm. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, pick it up with your other hand. Like, we're young, though. Like, she's like maybe 15. I'm like 12. I don't know. I could have been like 8 or 9. I was still like, bugs, huh? But I was like, just move it with your hand. Like, get it and put it back on the leaf.
Grab it.
Why'd you pick it up? It ended up like back here on her.
That makes me laugh so much.
I get it. That's so funny, dude.
Oh.
It's not gonna, like, it'll pinch you, but it's not gonna, like, kill you.
First time my mom was like, oh, I love praying mantises. And I had never seen one. So, like, I grew up in the 90s. So she grabbed our big old Webster's dictionary, flipped over to a praying mantis, and inside was, like, most terrifying pencil
image.
Yes. Like pencil.
Another SpongeBob close up.
Like
it was terrifying.
Like the Fallout version of the praying mantis.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was huge and it was like stenciled and I screamed and ran away and cried a lot. And my mom was like, are you okay? Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Uh-huh.
And then I saw one in real life and I was like, oh. Why
was it wrong in the scriptures?
Right.
The book lied to me.
The book lied to me. No.
God's not real. I mean, praying mantises
are small.
Although I will say, I never knew until moving to Utah and seeing them like lay their cocoon egg things on like my best friend's fences.
Wait, isn't that wild?
It's so crazy. She has like a fast forward like
time
video.
lapse.
Yes, time lapse. Thank
so
you.
Cool.
I knew exactly
Those are so cool.
It was super interesting because I've never seen anything like that before.
Oh, there's definitely bugs out here.
And like that's the
Real
thing
bugs.
that is wild coming from Las Vegas is like we're so not used to like the wildlife and stuff that we see out here. Like
how the fuck did we get on bugs again?
Bugs? Oh, I don't know.
Talking about your interests. Are you interested in bugs?
No. Also, my interests were like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. I just thought we kept
No, we just
veering off.
We just got on bugs.
Yeah.
Then we start telling stories about being scared of bugs. I don't know. Like I'm sure there's a spider on me, and I was like, oh yeah. No, so I was down.
He remembered.
I remembered. Okay, so I was hiking with my cousin, and we were
Not again.
We were in Alpine, and there's this like river that runs through it, and like we were in the water, and
Is
I
it
was
Alpine River?
No, it's like Deer Creek. It's Deer Creek / Dry Creek, something like that, I think. But
Dry Creek, if it's the one that you've taken me to.
Yeah, so Dry Creek, but it's not dry. So we're like, I know, it's probably when the pioneers were coming through, they were like,
Look at that creek, it's pretty dry.
Dry Creek. Oh, there's a deer next to that creek over there. That's Deer Creek. Okay, so we were hiking, and I kind of was sick of being in the water, so I like sat on this rock. And you know, when there's real bugs, you can't just sit on a secluded rock because there may be bugs on it. So like I'm sitting, and then there's this big ass spider just crawling up. And I'm like, oh man. Like the first one, I was like, okay. And I like, good. And then like
The first one, he says.
the first one, I handled it like a champ. I was just like, okay, that's enough. Get off. And then
brushed it off.
But like, yeah, that one was only like this big. But like the next one that was
saying
on
like an inch and a half.
an inch and a half. The next one was like this big, like
I got you
2,
3 inches.
Thank you. So yeah, that one I was like, oh no. Then I was up. And I was like, I'm up. That's it. I'm there. I'm like, let me go check
crawling on my back.
Let me go check my backpack now. Okay, shake that out. Like everything's fine. But they were just creepy ones because they were kind of like daddy long legs, but they weren't daddy long legs.
Yeah.
They just had long legs.
Were those
Right.
the ones that we saw from like a little bit further away
I
on
think-
that log?
Yeah. Like, yeah, that one.
We went hiking up there and we found this spot where you can, it's like moderately calm. So we were like, oh, we want to go like hike up there and just go sit in the water. Cause like that would be nice after that steep incline hill that you have to climb to get to it.
Right.
It's a jaunt.
Just a wee bit, especially for a person with like a herniated disc.
Just a wee bit of a jaunt.
Never tell. But yeah, we went out there and there was like this log and it was just covered in like these giant spider webs with giant spiders on them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to keep an eye on you guys. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I know how this story ends. No, thank you.
Spiders are, they're just creepy.
Right. It's just like, you know, survival instinct, like going back to our, you know, ape-like tendencies of like, stay away from that because that might kill me.
Yeah.
Even though we know a lot more about spiders, and it's like, I know that's not going to kill me, that you still get scared because it's like, it's in your DNA to like get scared of those things.
Something
Snakes.
that gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Even
Unless
though
you retrain your
I
brain.
think they're all cool.
Oh, yeah. It's really cool when you like find a new spider you've never seen before, and then you look it up, and you're like, whoa! I didn't even know this spider exists. I really like the little jumping guys. I think they're really cute.
I think
my
it's really
favorite.
cool that
Yeah, and they're so cute. They're like
Yeah,
little
like little-
scrunched up.
Yeah,
and their
they're-
faces are so cute. Their eyes are big.
And they're furry.
Yeah.
we have Google Lens nowadays, so you can actually just take a picture of something and like,
I'll tell you what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works like pretty good, like 85% of the time or something.
I've
Yeah.
used the Translate one too.
Yeah, I've
That
used the
one's
Translate
cool.
one the most. I've used it for plants and like finding out, you can see like what's wrong with my plant and it'll tell you like, oh, it's like splotchy or whatever. It needs more water or
Oh,
it
that's
needs
cool.
magnesium. And I'm like, that's cool.
Actually,
like AI is just badass.
I had one of my Uber drivers like used it because he was telling me something. He was like, I don't know the word, hold on. And he like used it real quick, and then he was like, this word. And I was like, oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're on the same page. I was like, that was amazing. Broke right through that language
I
barrier.
did the exact same thing with an Uber driver once in San Francisco.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
kind
he
of-
just translated that shit.
we would have patients come into the pharmacy who would only speak Spanish. And I think we had like maybe 1 or 2 people sometimes that would speak Spanish. So yeah, we relied heavily on Google Translate.
Technology's amazing.
So I know another one of your interests. Weed.
Oh yeah. Accurate.
You interested in that?
I am just a wee bit. I don't
a
know.
weed
I've
bit.
dedicated like the last 4 years of my life to the industry of cannabis. So yeah, I care about it a little bit.
Shout out to you.
I like it. It's fun.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah, you gotta like it a little bit to be in the industry in Utah.
At least have some sort of passion for it. I honestly never expected to be in this industry in Utah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty trippy.
I didn't expect it either.
No kidding.
And I grew up here.
Oh, yeah. Buying from the black market all them years. It's okay. I did it for a while, too.
I mean, I might still do it. What's the word I'm looking for? I might. I might.
Blink.
You might do it.
Blink, blink.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I do.
You're saying at some time.
I'm neither confirming nor denying.
I do, but I might.
It happens.
And I might just be
Or it
talking
doesn't.
stories. Like, everything we say might be
yeah.
a lie. But yeah, I totally still buy off the street sometimes. But I could be joking.
It's true.
You don't know.
I can't wait till we can actually purchase like mushrooms from a pharmacy.
Yeah, that's going to be
Yeah.
so awesome. To be
'Cause-
like, hey, this is this type of mushroom.
Like,
You know,
I only
there's
recently...
different types of psilocybin mushrooms.
Exactly. That's exactly
Golden
what I was going to say.
teachers and like, you know, other whatever.
Some penis related thing.
Penis envy.
There it is.
Yeah, thank you.
I
But
don't know
yeah.
why I remember the penis one.
Yeah.
Because it's
you
funny.
love dick.
It is. Penis envy.
And that's the thing, like, just like how there's different strains of cannabis that will do different things for you, it's the same with mushrooms. And I've always, honestly, I think cannabis can be better for the body, whereas mushrooms can be way better for the mind.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Because
fully
mushrooms are, you know, like not the best thing for your liver, like alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to have an impact on you. You're going to feel a little tired, like exhausted, you know, after like having a heavy mushroom trip. Like, your liver just went through like a poison, essentially.
True.
Basically.
You know what I mean?
You're
And
literally
so-
poisoning yourself.
Yeah, and so that's why it's better to like eat before mushroom trip. I think like to eat healthy and like drink a lot of water because your body feels better and like it's burning those calories off of like fresher foods. At least in my experience, I've done mushrooms a lot and like I've had Betos. We used to eat fucking Betos before mushroom trips, and then I had to switch it to Subway. And even though Subway is still not like the healthiest, it's fucking way healthier than Betos because we'd like load it with veggies and stuff.
Yeah.
And it could be a placebo effect, but I feel like I would feel better, not just like during the trip, but especially after like recovery. Just like, yeah.
I wonder if it's also the vitamins playing a part
Oh, 100%.
in like not only feeling better, but
Because
also the trip.
vegetables, you know, like they have more vitamins. And
Exactly.
shit.
Just like a lemon tech.
Yeah, but we would always just load up in vitamin C every
Yeah.
single time, anyways. So just because we knew. Like I got told, you know, when I first started doing mushrooms, that like vitamin C is a huge aspect when you're doing mushrooms. Like for not only it hitting you harder, but lasting longer.
Damn.
The first time I ever did mushrooms was with Antōn. Was that it wasn't your first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's like my third or something.
I made us lemon techs and we took those, and then did we both, I want to say we both like just went to be comfortable, like, and
What was
sit
your
in the
dose?
bed.
Like a gram?
I want to say it was higher.
That's
It was a lot more.
That's pretty
2 or
crazy for
3?
your first. But like
No.
split
No.
in between you two or each?
I think it was a gram each.
A gram each?
I think it was a gram each.
Okay.
That'd be good for your first time.
It's
first
gotta
time,
be what that
yeah.
was then.
Because like, yeah, your first time. I don't know anything more than a gram. That'd be
Be a
pretty
lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
But we, because I was like, I don't want to sit on the couch. Like, I want to be more comfortable. So we went and sat in the bed.
Yeah.
And he put on this anime for me called Kill la Kill. It's just like, I think the main premise is this guy makes this like lingerie suit that like gives you superpowers, basically.
It sucks your blood, and then it you get superpowers.
It's like Venom, but a lingerie suit.
But it's like a whole thing, though. Like, there's not just this lingerie suit. There's another lingerie suit and another.
Yeah, like Sailor Moon. And they just like come out with more.
So,
but sexier.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so like it was all these like beautiful bright colors and animation and drawing and lots of titty bouncing.
Were you guys on cannabis too? Or only shrooms at that time?
At this moment we were only doing we were smoking cannabis, but at that moment we had only done the mushrooms.
Okay. Yeah, because every time I've done cannabis and mushrooms together, it wants me to lay down or
fall asleep or something.
Yeah. Not fall asleep, because on mushrooms it's almost impossible to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Because your brain's just going and going. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I want to just chill and sit down or lay down to where if it was just mushrooms, I'm more up and about and woo, 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 doing crazy shit, in and out of the bathroom.
That depends on what strain of mushroom you have, though.
I think so.
Have you had much experience with different strains of mushrooms?
Yeah, I have, but I haven't documented it enough to really tell you 100%. I'd have to go back and ask, honestly, other people, or look in pictures or whatever and be oh, that's this.
Yeah.
Because I was just doing it to do it at the
See,
time.
that's the part that I'm really interested in. Is now that I know that world exists for cannabis.
Yeah.
Think about all the research that could be done for mushrooms.
So when I was looking for what would be the things that would hit us the hardest were the penis envies, with a smaller dose. Mm-hmm. But maybe sometimes it wouldn't be the most desirable effect to where it was too heavy or something.
Can be too intense.
Or too much movement to where you get sicker faster, or I don't know what may have you. There's different variables. But when I did research, it seemed the golden teachers were the most desirable for just a balanced effect. Yeah.
That's what I got from my research too. That's so sweet.
But yeah, it's been a long time since I've read about this stuff. But yeah, I was really, really into psychedelics for a while. Not really man-made ones, because I was just weed and mushrooms, it's all I ever need. Mm-hmm. But then it was I did a lot more research on acid and was okay, well, let me try it a few times. And I've tried it a handful of times, and I love mushrooms more, but I still think acid has its place in the world. It's still fucking awesome. And I'm sure I'm gonna have an experience another time in my life. I'm not looking for it, but yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. Especially with things are changing and it's just more abundant, and I think mushrooms will be readily available, especially in a therapeutic sense, to where you go to therapy, have
just ketamine treatments.
Just like ketamine treatments.
Yeah.
You can take a micro dose.
It's great for PTSD. That's
be able to talk things out.
And the MDMA is coming to light right now. Is a great thing for PTSD. And the MAPS organization is huge thing behind this, driving all the studies and stuff. The founder is Rick Doblin. He looks like a guy who's just fucking super happy all the time and just having a good time. He's just there to change the world. He's really doing all the groundwork. You know what I mean? It's really cool to see. But yeah, I got crazy into it to where I was what's DMT? You know, and DMT was the hardest psychedelic, they would say. Hardest makes it sound brutal, but the heaviest,
most intense,
the most intense psychedelic. And there's different ways of getting DMT into your body, but I may or may not have got my hands on some or learn how to make it. But yeah, I had some pretty cool experiences. I never had like the experiencing of blasting off, because they talked about, like, when doing research and stuff, they talked about like when you do it, you literally like go unconscious for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then you come back, and then you slowly start to like forget what the fuck you just, like a dream, you know how when you wake up and
you have to like instantly talk about it.
Yeah, you have to like write it down or something. It's just like that, where you're like, holy shit, that was crazy, and interdimensional fucking crazy geometric patterns and all sorts of shit, like unexplainable, where you can't even put words to it.
Yeah,
that's how intense it is. And I was like, well, that sounds awesome. Never got to that point, but like I did feel the effects. It was immediately like losing all the sensation in my body, and then like saw this giant geometrical figure in front of me, and it was kind of like ever changing, different like shapes and like patterns, but it was see-through. Like I could still see my room, but it was just like this, I don't know how to explain it, but my eyes were open, and like everything was like jittery, like it seemed like my eyes were vibrating.
Your eyes were pinging.
Yeah, because it was just like everything was and like I was like, shit was starting to break away, you know, but I couldn't, I was too high to like take another hit and like blast off, but high enough to like get that experience. And all that thing told me was like, stop being a dick. Everything's connected, everyone's connected. And this is just stuff that I've learned from other experiences, like with psilocybin and mushrooms, but this was like God, you know what I mean? Like I'm not religious, you know, I don't necessarily believe in God, but this was like God, like saying like, dude, chill out. You are everybody, and everybody is you, and everything's connected, and you just need to be nicer to people. Like, not only because it would fucking help everybody, but like they are you, and so you're being nice to yourself. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on right now? And tried it again, and pretty much like it wasn't as intense. It was kind of like almost there again, but yeah, I just never tried it again. And it was just like, I got what I wanted out of it, I guess, or what I needed at the time. Yeah. And like, yeah, I don't know. It'll happen again when it happens again, I guess. But psychedelics are fucking crazy.
That's awesome, dude. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Like, I think I've shared it once or twice before, but yeah, it's like they're just very enlightening, and like, I don't know, I don't want to make it sound like heebie-jeebie or shit, but yeah, like it definitely does reconnect you to like everyone else.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why there's like ayahuasca retreats and stuff.
Yeah, ayahuasca is another thing where you can get, you know, DMT into your body, except that lasts like 9 hours. And you're gonna shit yourself, piss yourself, and throw up.
Yep.
Like, and you have like a shaman watching over you, and you're fucking hysterical, you know, like crying and freaking out because you're like totally gone. I'm like, that doesn't look very fun.
That time, yeah.
Most people only do it one time.
That's not one they go back for more.
Yeah, no.
What about peyote?
Peyote's a cactus. It's just like, yeah, the Indians, Native Americans, I should say, Native Americans would use peyote. I've never done it, but my mom has tried it once with one of her Native American friends, and she said she turned to like a fucking wolf or something, or yeah, I can't really remember exactly what her experience was, but she said she turned into like an animal, and
you go to the spirit
I was like,
world.
that's fucking crazy. Like, I haven't done too much research on peyote, but I do know it's not like it could be unhealthy. You know what I mean? Like, psilocybin's in and out of your system. It's out of your system by the time you're not high. Yeah. Like, that's why it makes you cry a lot. When you pee, it goes out of your system a lot. Like, it's out of your system by the time you're not high anymore.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's just, it runs through your kidneys. So, like, psilocybin, like you said, it's a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, harsher on the body. Mm-hmm. But it's great for your mind.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally like building neurons and bridges together and like making your brain feel larger in some sense. Where you're just like, things are making a little more sense. Mm-hmm. And cannabis is, I feel like, it's great for the mind as well, like talking and creative, but like, it's really nice for your body.
Yeah.
Edibles, topicals. Do you use topicals at all?
I do. I clench my jaw a lot.
Me too.
So I really like using like cooling balm, like right behind my ears, because that's a really tender spot, especially for someone who has jaw issues. And that just kind of helps relieve the tension.
Nice.
And then right at the base of the neck too, like right that middle spot right there.
Yeah, that's great for everyone because we're always on our fucking phones looking down too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just gives your neck a little bit of relief.
Yeah.
I remember when I first actually started doing the pharmacy agent stuff, I had been working office jobs for years, so standing on my feet all day was kind of miserable.
Posture check.
No kidding.
Everyone, if you're listening to this podcast, put your shoulders back, take a deep breath.
Yeah, the back of my neck's starting to hurt.
And go drink some water. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Stay high.
Hydrated.
High and drained.
The hydro homies, alright.
But yeah, we've been going quite some time. Like, is there any last things you want to say before we sign out?
Thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for being on.
Thanks
Heck
for letting us record in your place.
Yeah, it was nice. It was fun.
It's nice.
Nice session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have you on again. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm around.
Yeah,
You know where to find me.
exactly.
You've already been on once, so what's twice?
I mean,
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Yeah. This is JJ here. Appreciate y'all.
Antōn.
Anna.
UCC what
Is.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Till next time.
Better not be trademarked.